Welcome to Reddit Tea Time. Would I be the bonehead if I banned my sister from my wedding? My female 27 sister, female 42, is recently divorced from her husband after 8 years of marriage. She is really struggling emotionally and I feel for her. However, I am getting married on January 13th to my boyfriend of 10 years, male 28. And she keeps talking about how love is a lie and I will regret my marriage in the long run. I get she is upset, but I've gotten to the point where I'm considering banning her from my wedding. Would I be the bonehead if I banned my sister? Now for my comments. Your sister's going through a rough patch, and her emotions might be causing her to express some bitterness about relationships. It's understandable she's hurting, but projecting that onto your upcoming wedding isn't fair to you. Banning her outright might escalate things. Instead, consider having a heart-to-heart conversation. Express your love and concern for her while gently explaining the impact her comments have on your excitement. Try to find common ground by acknowledging her pain, but request that your wedding remains a joyful occasion. Explain that while you value her, her presence should be a source of support, not negativity. If she insists on maintaining this stance, or promises to cause a scene, it might be necessary to set boundaries to protect your special day. Ultimately, the goal is not to cut her out, but to make your wedding a positive and happy experience for everyone involved. Am I the bonehead for not attending Christmas Eve at my daughter's new house because of my other disabled daughter? I, 65 female, and my husband, 67 male, have 2 daughters. Our eldest, 36 female, is neurotypical, and our younger one, 33 female, has high needs nonverbal autism. She's in a group home and requires 2-to-1 aides at all times. We bring her home every Christmas, but she cannot handle outsiders in our home, so we cannot have the assistance of aides, just as she doesn't like us in our group home because we don't belong there. She is like a toddler in an adult body, is incredibly strong and requires constant supervision. I have a bad back, ruptured disc, so I do this every Christmas against the advice of my doctor. This level of care isn't even something I'm supposed to be doing, but I do it because she expects Christmas just as it's always been and has no way of understanding not being able to come home. So I push through it, even though it causes me horrible pain for days. My elder daughter just bought her first house and wanted to be able to host Christmas. I felt horrible, but told her, even though she was prepared to include her sister, that I could not properly supervise her in her house, and she could not handle the disruption to her routine, and expects Christmas just as it's always been, but that we definitely plan on seeing her new house just after the holidays. She proposed Christmas Eve instead, but that's not possible because I have to get the house ready for her sister, plus the extra travel to her house. She's over an hour away. That travel hurts my back badly, and I have to preserve what little energy I have for her sister for Christmas, and thought she would understand. She's upset and thinks if I can tough out my back for her sister, I can do it for her too. I just can't do both so close together. I need to space it out. I appreciate she's had to make a lot of sacrifices her whole life, but her sister literally cannot understand. She can. Am I the bonehead? Now for my comments. This is a complex situation where it's evident your priority is to ensure your younger daughter feels comfortable during Christmas while dealing with your health limitations. It's understandable that you're torn between meeting both daughters' needs. Your elder daughter's desire to host Christmas is commendable, but it's also vital to acknowledge the logistical and physical challenges involved for you, especially with your back issues. It's clear you're trying to juggle your commitments in a way that ensures your younger daughter's comfort and safety. However, your elder daughter notices that you're willing to do for her sister something you're not willing to do for her. Perhaps offer an alternative plan or schedule that accommodates both daughters, allowing you to visit your elder daughter's house without the stress of back-to-back commitments. Ensuring both daughters feel valued and understood might help alleviate the tension and guilt you're experiencing. Am I the bonehead for not liking gifts my boyfriend got me? I, 21 female, received gifts from my boyfriend, 24 male, today as my Christmas present. I kinda knew from the start before I even opened them that I wouldn't like them. I just had that feeling. Turns out that feeling was right. He got me 2 gifts. One gift was a giant life-size cutout of Hatsune Miku, and the other was a makeup palette. The first gift just kinda blew my mind. I've never once hinted that this would be something I'm interested in, nor have I ever directly mentioned or said anything about liking the character. This gift was based off a poster I had in my old apartment that my ex left when he moved out. He was the fan of the character, and I was just left with a poster I had bought for him. When we left my parents, I told him that I wasn't very fond of it because I think cutouts are creepy and I didn't want to set up and get scared by it randomly in the middle of the night. He kinda got upset by this, even though I did thank him for it. The second gift was all right, but when it comes to makeup, I'm very picky about the stuff I use. I'm into more pinks and bright colors than the more toned down colors that the palette had. This was also another thing I didn't specifically mention I wanted. I didn't say anything about not liking it and just thanked him. It feels like he assumed I would enjoy this stuff when I don't. I don't wear makeup often, and I'm not fond of random things that could freak me out by just being in the corner all freaky-like. I texted my friend to ask her opinion on this, and he caught a glimpse of my telling her about the presents and how I didn't like them. He told me he's upset. I went to her instead of telling him, but I already felt bad for telling him that I didn't really like the first thing, so saying I didn't the second one just seemed like a bonehead move, and I was just going to keep it to myself. Now he's just giving me the silent treatment, even after I explained that I felt crappy, telling him I didn't like the things he bought me. I know I should be grateful, but I went to lengths for his gift. And it feels like he didn't listen to anything I've been saying I've wanted in the 3 months I've been talking about random stuff I would like. Am I the bonehead? Edit. To answer some things. What did I get him? I got him a $100 gift certificate to his favorite tattoo artist because he has a tattoo he's been wanting to get finished. I would have put more on it if I had the money, but I'm flat broke right now due to house bills. That stupid poster. That poster was something I had in my old apartment until August of this year. It was hidden behind the door of my bedroom in the apartment. I no longer live in that apartment. He watched me tear the poster to shreds when I was moving things out because he was one of the people helping me move out of that apartment. Because that apartment was where my ex-boyfriend, the owner of the poster, abused me. The gifts. I never once said I didn't thank him for them. I did. I told him thank you for the gifts when I opened them and told him privately after the first gift the story behind why I'm not a fan of Miku. He was upset by this, but understood. I told him how I was a little scared to open the second one because I didn't want to not like it and make him feel bad if I didn't. He told me that he bet his life I would like it. When it turned out I didn't like it, I messaged my friend back because she was asking about the second gift because I sent her a photo of the first one. He just happened to look at my phone when I was distracted and saw the conversation and got mad. You live with your boyfriend 3 months? I have a house which I bought in August and had asked my boyfriend, who was my friend at the time, to be my roommate to make it easier to pay bills. He ended up asking me out in September. Yes, we lived together, but no, it wasn't because we were dating. We were close friends, even if we had only met a couple months prior, and I need someone to help pay bills. I had another that was going to move in, but she backed out because she wanted her own space with her boyfriend. Edit 2. I can't get to everyone, though from what I've read, which is a lot, I didn't expect this to blow up. Majority is that I'm not the bonehead. For those that think I am entitled and ungrateful, that's to each their own. I told him specifically not to get me anything at all because I wasn't able to afford much. I was only able to get his gift out of sheer luck. I didn't want anything, but I knew he was going to get me something no matter what I said. So whenever I saw something I liked either while we were out or if I saw it online, I'd send it to him or pointed it out, saying this is something I think is cool. I never, ever mentioned Miku in any conversation ever. I have, however, mentioned other anime characters that I enjoy. I've talked about countless things I enjoy with him. He knows how much of a fan of Hello Kitty I am. I mean, he bought me socks randomly because I was sad about something. That's something I would have appreciated as a cardboard cutout, even though they are still creepy. I've also mentioned that I need a makeup container so I could move my makeup off the floor of the bathroom. I never ask for makeup because I'm picky about my makeup, because I have sensitive skin. I hope this edit helps people understand better. I did text him this morning after I'd left for work that I was sorry for hurting him and that it wasn't intentional. I also explained why I didn't like the gifts and told him I'd make him his favorite food to make up for upsetting him. Now, for my comments. It seems like there are some communication and expectation issues in this situation. From your perspective, receiving gifts that don't align with your preferences can be disheartening, especially when you've expressed different interests before. Your boyfriend might have intended well, but might not have fully understood your preferences, or might have overlooked your previous conversations about what you do and don't like. It's reasonable to feel a bit let down, but at the same time, he might have thought he was getting you something you'd enjoy. However, it's clear he needs to be more attentive in the future. Am I the bonehead for asking my husband to stay with me for Christmas instead of going to visit his parents? I, 31 female, had a really, really bad cold this Christmas. I don't think I've had one like this ever since I was a kid. Initially, I was supposed to go with my husband, 32 male, to go visit his parents that live 5 hours away. We were supposed to leave on the 23rd of December and come back on the 27th. Anyway, I realized on the 22nd that my cold was really bad and that I couldn't leave with him. I actually asked him to stay with me instead. I didn't think it's a crime to miss Christmas at his folks for 1 year, but he insisted on going alone. I asked him multiple times to stay, but he just got me some meds and provisions and left. I've also asked him yesterday to return a day earlier, but he once again refused. Anyway, what really ticked me off is that I started watching a movie by myself, and he insisted that I close it and wait for him to return and watch it together. And he also mentioned that with a TV show and another movie. It really pissed me off because I don't think he's in a position to make demands like that since he refused all my requests to not go or come back early. I also have to mention that my mother-in-law and father-in-law hate me and actually insisted that he stay there for a few more days. Am I the bonehead? I don't know if I'm exaggerating a bit. I kind of feel that I am. Now for my comments. It's understandable that you're feeling unwell and upset about your husband not staying back to take care of you. Being sick during the holiday season is tough, and wanting your partner's support and presence is natural. Your husband's decision to go, despite your illness, might have come from other factors, but his insistence on certain demands while he's away are inconsiderate, given the circumstances. It's not unreasonable to ask for support and understanding during an illness, especially when you're feeling so unwell. Your frustration might stem from feeling dismissed or unheard when expressing your needs. Personally, I would watch everything and then accidentally spoil it for him. That's it for today. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next Reddit story. Take care.